Hey everyone, Akinola here with a brand new episode of The Feed. On today's episode, we're going to update you on what's been going on in the world of the Philadelphia Fusion, as well as recent gaming news, so you're not left out of the loop. So let's jump right into the headlines. Your Philadelphia Fusion were back in action this past weekend after a nice break. They began their run with Saturday's matchup versus the Guangzhou Charge, where the Fusion looked strong and won the match 3-0. Alarm was the player of the match and finished with a dominant stat sheet to lead the Fusion to victory. However, Sunday's matchup was a different story as the Fusion lost to the Shanghai Dragons in a clean sweep by the Dragons 3-0. The Fusion are getting right back into it this upcoming weekend with two solid matchups. On Friday, July 9th, the Fusion are going to take on the Chengdu Hunters. Now, the Hunters, who are coming off of a week break, are going to look to get back into the groove of things after losing 5 of their last 7 matches. And one of those wins was against the Fusion, so the Fusion may be looking to get a bit of payback there. Then on Saturday, July 10th, the Fusion are facing off against the New York Excelsior in a battle of who's the best in the Mid-Atlantic. New York, also splitting their matches in last week's action, are looking to have a strong outing to stay high in the East rankings of the Summer Showdown in time for qualifiers at the end of weekend play. The Fusion are going to need a strong weekend in order to stay in contention for the Summer Showdown qualifiers. You can check out all the matches live on YouTube this weekend, and for more information, as always, check out the Fusion's website or follow us on social media. What's up, everybody? Akinola here. Each week, we're going to be bringing you the Fusion content that you need all season long. And making today possible, this podcast series is powered by Xfinity. Get a fast and reliable connection from Xfinity, the only network with gig speed Wi-Fi, and the preferred internet provider of the Philadelphia Fusion. Speaking of game action this weekend, let's go over the other matches for this weekend because there's a lot of Overwatch to take note of. On Thursday, July 8th, we've got the Atlanta Reign versus the London Spitfire. Then the Boston Uprising take on the Houston Outlaws. On Friday, July 9th, we've got 5 matches. The Hangzhou Spark are going to take on the New York Excelsior. Then the LA Valiant are going up against Shanghai. The Washington Justice are going to do battle against the London Spitfire. The LA Gladiators face off versus the Toronto Defiant. And to round up this day, the Dallas Fuel are squaring up against the Houston Outlaws. Finally, on Saturday, July 10th, we've got another 5 games. The LA Valiant versus the Chengdu Hunters. The Hangzhou Spark versus the Shanghai Dragons. The Atlanta Reign versus the Boston Uprising. The Toronto Defiant versus the Dallas Fuel. And the Washington Justice going up against the LA Gladiators. There's so much Overwatch League action this weekend and a lot of teams to take note of. Even though people are really trying their best to prove who the top teams are in the league, anything can happen. And I feel like, based off of what I picked last week and what ended up winning, who's to say who's going to show up? I just want the Fusion boys to win, and hopefully we are not left out of another tournament because I know that the boys have what it takes, so I'm cheering them on this weekend. No other professional sport is as dependent on network technology and performance. As official Overwatch Fusion sponsors, CommScope and its Ares surfboard networking solutions deliver ultra-fast and reliable connectivity, allowing for super smooth gameplay for players of all skill levels. For more info, head on over to commscope.com. Anyway, let's go through some recent gaming news. Nintendo dropped a big update this past week by announcing their newest version of the Switch, called the Nintendo Switch OLED. The trailer dropped on Tuesday, July 6th, and it came as a huge surprise to all fans. The console is going to come with a 7-inch OLED screen, and the internal sound system will be getting a boost. Along with that, it's going to come with 64 gigs of internal storage, so hopefully this will allow gamers to enjoy more games without having to manage their storage all the time. The console is coming out on October 21st and will be priced at $350 USD. More details should be coming out soon about the Switch OLED, so stay tuned into the feed as we learn more. Here is a wild story for all you Apex fans. Over the weekend, the game got attacked by hackers in a plea to fix hacking on another Respawn game called Titanfall. Apex's Battle Royale server playlists were replaced with a message reading, "Save Titanfall.com, TF1 is being attacked, so is Apex." Respawn acknowledged the issues on Twitter, saying, quote, "We're aware of and actively investigating issues impacting Play Apex playlists that are preventing players from getting into matches." The hack took place while Apex hosted a special event where players were sent back to play the original versions of the game's first 2 maps. The hack went across PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. After resolving the issue, Respawn developers claimed the hack did nothing more than ruin a weekend, and no personal information was compromised. If you've been waiting to play King of Fighters 15, but you're worried about having the wrong console, you're in luck. SNK Global just announced that after 11 years of being a PlayStation exclusive, KOF 15 is going to launch across multiple consoles and PC next year. The game's release was delayed due to COVID, but fans can expect the game to launch in Q1 of 2022. A 22-character roster has also been confirmed for the game. So far, SNK has confirmed the following characters: Kyo, Benimaru, Shune, Kei, Leona, Terry Bogard, Iori, Mai, and Shermie. Is your current water heater giving you the cold shoulder? Upgrade to a reliable Bradford White water heater for all the hot water your family needs. Visit bradfordwhite.com to find a professional installer near you. It looks like the king is dropping into Fortnite. A recent group of data miners unearthed a major crossover between Fortnite and LA Lakers all-star LeBron James, showcasing his appearance in the ever-popular Battle Royale. The King's bling quests and associated cosmetics seem just about ready to arrive in the game, and we could see the King drop onto the island of Apollo in just a few days with a brand new Fortnite LeBron James skin. Data miners say the King's bling quests will allow players to earn various cosmetics for the basketball superstar beginning next week when he arrives on July 14th. The assumed launch date also fits nicely with the launch of Space Jam: A New Legacy, which stars LeBron James and debuts in theaters on July 16th. Now, we've seen Epic release tie-ins with similar attention to timing, like the recent Loki skin, which came on the heels of the villain's Disney Plus premiere. The film franchise ROBOCOP is set to make its return to the video game world with a new title, ROBOCOP Rogue City. The game's going to follow a new story based on the original 3 ROBOCOP films, which were first released in 1987. After the trailer was revealed on July 6th, the game's Steam page made this announcement, quote, "Become the iconic part man, part machine, all cop hero as you attempt to bring justice to the dangerous, crime-ridden streets of old Detroit. Armed with your trusty Auto 9, factory-built strength, years of experience on the force, and a variety of tools at your disposal, you'll fight forces seeking to destroy the city you call home in an all-new first-person explosive hunt for the truth. You have the power to decide how to fulfill prime directives in your own way. But as the story unfolds, proceed with caution, because corruption and greed know no limits." For the 1-year anniversary of the hit game Ghost of Tsushima, Sucker Punch, the game's studio, announced that a special director's cut of the game is going live on August 20th for both PS4 and PS5. This new edition is not only going to showcase the original game, but also a brand new adventure for Jin and several new features. Some of these new features are going to include dynamic 4K resolution at 60 FPS, DualSense haptic feedback, and adaptive trigger resistance for the PS5 users, and lip syncing for the Japanese voiceover. Now, this director's cut is not free, but if you already have the game, it's only going to cost you a little bit extra. Check out the PlayStation Store for complete details. That's all the headlines we have for today. I hope you're all caught up, and we really appreciate you watching today. Make sure you're subscribed and leave me a comment on what your favorite headline of the day was. My name is Akinola Verissimo, and we will see you on the next episode of The Feed.